Hello, my dear students. Welcome back to my class. In the series of learning programming in C, in the previous video, we have discussed about the else-if ladder, also called as if-else-if program. In today's video, we will discuss about nested if program. So those who are new to my channel, please subscribe to my channel and click on the bell icon so that you can get the notification of all the new videos. So let's get started. So in this program, using nested if statement, we are going to check whether the given year is leap year or not. So for that, we use nested if statement. So let's have the program. So this is what our complete program is. So here we have declared the variable by name year. So as soon as the compiler encounters the variable declaration statement, it is going to allocate the memory for the variable declared, which is year. So for the variable year, we are going to get 2 bytes of memory. The first message that what we are going to get is input the year in the format YYYY. That is the proper year format. And that will be stored in the address of year. The format specifier for integer, which is %d, and the value will be stored in the variable in the address of year. So what value we are going to store, we'll see that later. Now let us see the flow of this nested if. Nested if meaning an if within an if. So here we have one if statement. Based on the evaluation of this if condition, then if it is true, then it gets inside this block. Inside the block, there is one more if condition. So this is what a nested if, an if within if. So if this condition evaluates as true, then this statement gets executed, else this. So if this condition evaluates as true, then it gets inside. Then this if condition gets evaluated. If this condition also evaluates as true, then this immediate statement gets executed and then control will be straight away to the end of the program. But let us see the other scenario. The first condition evaluated as true. So obviously the nested if concept comes into picture here. I'll get inside this block and then it is going to check one more if condition. So here, based on the evaluation of these two conditions itself, this statement got executed. But first condition true, and if this nested if condition evaluates as false, then else part of the statement gets executed. Then this statement will be skipped. This statement gets executed and then straight away control to the end of the program. This is one scenario. Now let us have one more scenario. The first condition itself evaluated as false. Then the nested if concept will not come into picture here. The main condition itself false, then this complete block will be skipped. This complete block will be skipped. Then it will come to this else part. Then coming to else part, you can just have the if else if. So here you also have the concept of if else if. If this condition evaluates as true, then it is if, nested if. But if this condition evaluates as false, then it will come to the else block. This complete block gets skipped. It will come to the else block and this else block gets executed. So it is if else if. So you have nested if, you have if else if. Now when I come to this block, here what happens? This condition will be evaluated. If this condition evaluates as true, then this immediate statement gets executed. Then control to end of the program. But if so, this statement gets executed and this statement gets skipped. But if this condition evaluates as false, this immediate statement gets skipped. Control will be to the else part of the statement. This statement gets executed and control obviously to the end of the program. So this is what the flow. So let us get into the actual program. Hope you have understood the flow of this program. Let me take some value. So if the value given to the year is 1996. So here we have to think about the logic also. An year can be a century year or it can be not a century, non-century. So if it is century year, then it should be divisible by 100. If it is century, if it is century year, then it should be divisible by 100. Then if it is divisible by 100, then I need to check whether that year is divisible by 400 to check whether it is leap year or not. So first of all, to check whether the year is century, that value should be divisible by 100. If it is divisible by 100, then the next step that what I need to check is it divisible by 400, because once in 4 years we get leap year. If it is divisible by 400 means it is leap year, or else it is not a leap year. But if it is not century, then it is non-century. Then it should be checked with one more condition, is that divisible by 4. If it is divisible, it is leap, or else it is not leap year. So let us understand with the value. Hope you have understood the logic. So we need to check two conditions. One, it is century, then leap year. If not century, then it is non-century. Okay, check whether that non-century is leap year. That's what we have to do here. So we'll come to the value. The value is 1996. So 1996 has to be checked here. Is 1996 divisible by 100? So 1996 is not a century. It will not be divisible by 100. So the first condition itself evaluates as false. So 1996, that what I have given here, 1996 is not divisible by 100. Means to say it is not century year, it is non-century year. So this complete block gets skipped. Control will be to else block. When I come to this else block, I need to check. So if it is not century, means it is non-century. If it is non-century, I need to check whether it is divisible by 4. Is 1996 divisible by 4? So divisible means here we are using modulus operator. I have explained about the modulus operator in the previous videos. Please to check out. Modulus is going to get the remainder as the result. So division only we have to do, but we need to take the remainder as the result. So when we perform the division operation, we take quotient, but when we perform the modulus operation, percentage is the symbol for that. When we do the modulus operation, we are going to take the remainder as the result. So just divide 1996 by 4. The remainder will be 0. So when you divide 1996 by 4, the remainder will be 0. So here what happens? So 1996, we need to check the condition here. So here what happens? The value that what we have given, which is 1996, is divisible by 4. Percentage 4 means we need to check the value. So 1996 divided by 4, my value will be 0. 0 equals to 0? Yes, condition evaluated as true. Then I'll get the message 1996 is a leap year. So my output will be 1996 is leap year. Right. Let me check one more value. So if I give the value as some other value, let me give as 2010. So change the value now. It is 2010. 2010. Now the first condition here, not this, 2010. Is 2010 divisible by 100? No, 2010 is not divisible by 100. 2000 divided by 100, you do the division. Check the remainder. You don't get the remainder as 0. So it will not be true. So here again the condition evaluated as false. So again this complete block will be skipped. Control will be to else part. I'll come to this point. So 2010 divisible by 100 equals to 0 not satisfied means it is not century. It is non-century. So when we come to this part, else block, here it checks. is 2010 divisible by 4. You do the division operation, 2000 divided by 4. The remainder you won't get it as 0. So the condition evaluated as false. So here what happens? It comes to else and this statement gets executed. So I get the message 2010 is not a leap year. It is not a leap year. So here we will have some valid message. You can have valid message here. It is not leap year. Let me take some other value. Let me take not 2010. Let me take 1600 now. 1600. So check with 1600. Is 1600 divisible by 100? So just do the division. 1600 divided by 100. The remainder will be 0. So 0 equals to 0 means to say it is century. Then this condition evaluated as true. So we are getting into nested if now. Okay, fine. So it is century year. Is that century year is a leap year? That we need to check. So I just check is 1600 divisible by 400. Is 1600 divisible by 400? Yes, do the division. 1600 divided by 400. What will be the remainder? You get 0. So modulus will return the remainder. 0 equals to 0. Condition evaluated as true. Then the immediate statement gets executed and I'll get the message. This century year is a leap year. So here we are printing this message. Let me take one more value. Let me take 1900. Yes, of course it is century only, right? So come to this point. This 1000 value is 1900. Is 1900 divisible by 100? Yes, it is equal to 0. Means to check it is century. Now I need to check whether the century is leap year. So I need to check is 1900 divisible by 400? No. So when we divide 1900 by 400, my remainder will not be 0. So this condition evaluated as false. This first condition evaluated as true. So I'll just get inside and execute this condition. If this condition evaluated as false, I'll come to the else part. This statement gets executed. I'll get a message 1900 is not a leap year. Right? So this is how the flow goes on. So this statement got executed and controlled to this. So hope you have understood the flow. Now let us see the actual execution of the program. So here you can observe one thing. I have not included the header files stdio and conio. And when you save your file with .c extension, by default it will take the header files for the input-output statements, printf, scanf, that what we have used, and the console-related functions like clear screen, and I have used getch also. For these two functions, the console-related functions, all the header files will be taken by default. So you can just check this, save your file with .c extension, and then you can execute your program. So let us compile the program first. Alt F9, no errors. Control F9. So let me give the value in the year format. Let me give 1996. So it is actually a non-century. Is this non-century a leap year? Yes, it's a leap year. Let me give one more value. Compilation can be done once. Execution, once again you need to do means just press Ctrl F and it's enough. So let me give 2010. Well, it is again a non-century, but it is not a leap year. Let me give some century year. So again Ctrl F9 and give the value as 1600. So it is century. Is that century leap year? Yes, it's a leap year. Let me give one more value. I'll give 1900. Yes, century, but it is not a leap year. So hope you have understood with this program. That's all for today's video. See you in the next video. Till then, take care. Bye-bye.